Welcome to the Lightning Round, brought to you by Moviga. I'm Lee with your weekly source for all things movies, video games, and more. So grab your ponchos and let's catch up on this week's news. The Fairly OddParents gets a sequel series with the original voice actors for Wanda and Cosmo. This is exciting news. Whether you enjoyed the show or not, in my opinion, an extension of a show or movie is always improved when the original people are still involved. Let's see if this show is as much of a success for this upcoming generation. Oh, who am I kidding? They'd be foolish to not include millennials in their target demographic. Speaking of extensions or remakes, Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender is out, and it gets a 7 from IGN. I truly have no opinion on this, as I never partook in the animated series or anything else there in the universe, but Netflix has been hit or miss with some of the live-action remakes they've done lately. Some of that's due to casting, character changes, and/or story modifications. I sincerely hope that if you are a fan, you aren't disappointed. But let us know what you think. I'm 100% positive that this series will be a topic of discussion on an upcoming Moviga podcast episode. Shameless plug. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, right. The US has just landed a spacecraft on the moon for the first time since 1972. Pretty impressive. I know that although there's lots of thoughts and conspiracy theories on the US and the moon, I just want to know why it took us 50 years from the first one to the most recent one. Anyways, I'm no impersonator, but I can give you a glimpse of what it sounded like. Ready for it? Get it? Because there's no sound in a vacuum? Well, I thought it was funny. And speaking of spacecraft and democracy, Helldivers 2 continues its popularity into the stratosphere with increased server caps of 700,000 concurrent possible players. I don't know if we've reached that yet, and maybe on the weekend we'll see how that goes. It's been a wild ride either way, and I mentioned last time that I did the lightning round, that is, this game is a blast. This small studio has set some incredible standards for monetization, accessibility, and even interaction with their player base. The amount of people interested in the lore, the propaganda, and the actual gameplay is something I don't think I've ever seen with any other video game. And the craziest thing is that a Sony game has convinced all gamers that console exclusives are not the way to go. Will we ever see this game released for Xbox? Who knows? But I cannot wait to see what else is in store for Arrowhead Studios and Helldivers 2. Well, it looks like the storm has passed. Be sure to check out the Moviga podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, and even more nerdy stuff at movigapodcast.com, where we're talking all things movies, video games, and more. I'm Lee, and thanks for joining me this week for The Lightning Round.